Hello, welcome back to Milo Gains Crypto. Thank you for liking and subscribing and joining our little community here that's growing. This morning I posted a poll to ask you guys, what are you most interested in me covering on STEPN? And it looks like the majority is for GST earnings and price, but also GMT earnings and some sneaker gem value and function. Good news is I wanted to cover something this morning, and it is actually covering most of this right here of your guys' collective interest, but clearly there's a GST leaning. But yeah, I'll try to cover everything here. And it has to do with me suggesting to my curious self, whether I've, thinking about investing in STEPN or have a smaller inventory, and that is trying to figure out what is the best main sneaker, starting sneaker, what's going to be the most kind of conservative and promising sneaker for the short and the long term. So I do want to say my suggestion here, it's not going to be probably for the most glamorous sneaker that earns the most GST or the most GMT or the best mystery box, but I'm trying to give something that has some balance and relative long-term savings for restoration, repairing, and also giving you some flexibility to earn both GST and GMT. And that is going to be this socket hybrid, where 2 efficiency and 2 comfort. I think this largely captures the best of both worlds, with earning GST, earning GMT if you get up to level 30, again, maybe not immediately, but in time, but also preserving your sneakers HP to avoid long-term costs, which will add up if you do not have these comfort levels. And let me kind of touch on HP restoration, because that will be what comfort is needed for to keep your restoration costs lower. So briefly, if you haven't familiarized yourself with HP, I really recommend you do this, especially if you're new to STEPN or kind of thinking like, what's that next sneaker? What's a sneaker that will help me avoid cost down the line? So briefly, HP or health points represents the condition of a sneaker. Freshly minted sneaker starts with 100% HP, and the HP declines as users spend energy and actively use the sneaker for movement. What affects the decay rate of HP? As I said, comfort value. So sneakers with higher comfort values achieved through base comfort, leveling up, or adding comfort gems experience slower HP reduction. Higher quality sneakers will have slower HP reduction, and then the more energy used, the greater the HP reduction. Let me do the breakdown here for why I think this is a safe bet. So this website, STEPN.guide, allows you to kind of customize a sneaker and potential earnings. Again, I've said in a prior video, this website has been beneficial to me. I'm not sure about all the mechanics for how it gets the numbers here, but I've noticed it to be generally pretty accurate. So again, do your own research. So I've plugged in some base attribute numbers here for efficiency and comfort. So this being an uncommon, I wanted to try to get some base attributes that were either mid or upper mid level for what this quality sneaker has. A level 30, again, assuming that we're going to be earning GMT on this sometimes, and then a daily energy of 12. So as of now, before any points are allocated, the daily income is about 8 GST and 2.31 GMT. However, again, before any adjustments are made to points allocation, this HP loss is at 1.52% a day if I use this 12 energy. So 2 days, I now have lost 3%. 4 days, I've lost about 6%. Now let me bounce back here to HP. As soon as you're even less than 100%, your sneaker cannot be listed on the marketplace if you want to sell it or transfer it. But more importantly, if the HP falls below 20%, sneaker cannot be counted to provide energy in that realm. So, right, I just talked about going down 6% after 4 days. With this current setting, this will only not make you lose your energy. So now you'd be without 1 or 1+ energy if you have a certain higher quality sneaker, or it could take you down more energies if you're hitting that certain sneaker total cap to get that bulk sum of energy. But now you also have to use gems to restore, and these gems, these comfort gems, are not cheap. They could be a money pit if your sneaker is not adjusted appropriately. So this is why minimally, even if you don't like this setup here, have some comfort allocated. So we're going to start redistributing our points here. So let me give some comfort up. Okay, so my comfort points are now total at 150, and this has brought the HP loss to 56%. So now it looks like every 2 days we lose 1% HP for doing our full energy, which is still a lot. But real quick, I want to pause. I want to preserve how much we have to do for normal repairs, so let's allocate to resilience here. 12 GST repair costs per day, which isn't bad once we can get some gems here in these sockets, which I'll touch on. So as of now, the GST per day, you're making about 31 GST, and after bumping up our comfort, you're at 7.24. But again, I mainly bumped up comfort at this point to help with our HP loss. Okay, but you come to a point in the game now where you're able to hopefully reinvest, or if you have the budget, to invest newly into gems. So I want to give some just kind of, let's say you're able to get a level 3 efficiency and a level 3 efficiency into the one prong socket. Your GST has now gone to 117.83 per day. So we didn't add any attribute points to efficiency from the start, and that's where you count on these gems to really carry you over there for your GST daily earnings. And now even more, this repair cost for your durability, 12 GST per day, or 10 to 12 GST, 12 GST per day isn't so much now, seeing that you're making about 117 GST. But really, still, this HP loss will add up, right? It's a 1% decay every 2 days. And so you'll be looking to get one of these gems to repair your sneaker and have to pay this sooner than you think. So let's go back here. Let's get some gem action, some comfort gems. So I know comfort gems are a little more expensive. So let's say you only can get one level 2 here, right? I went from 56 to 53%. But let's say you're able to finally get that level 3 comfort. Watch this, 53% right now. It's gone down to 46. So in total now, your comfort is at 233, efficiency at 136 after these gems. And then I allocated points here. So this is what I would say is a solid balanced sneaker. We have our final outcomes here. You can earn about 9 GMT a day, or 118 GST a day, while not having to visit this HP restore shop once a week or once every few days, because it can add up, and I think people forget about this. And I would even say, if it's possible, try to only get this higher and higher. I mean, if you're able to do a level 2, level 3 comfort gems from the get, down to 43%. Maybe one day you're able to get a level 4 comfort, and I know these are expensive, I realize that, but I just want to show you the difference. Down to 37%, and you don't have to frequent this marketplace as much to do repairs. Yeah, so with this, you get to pay attention to the market. If you want to do GST earnings for the day, go for it. But if GST is up and everyone's going for GST, you might want to go do GMT. The pool will be thinned out if there's a big GST focus that day, and you may be able to get a bigger slice of that pie than you would have if everyone was focusing on GMT that day. And I understand, right? There's not a lot of mystery box action. It's not super fun. If you can put all your points here to efficiency, you would get way more GST, or if you could put all your points to comfort, you get way more GMT. But this is for the long-term balance. Again, STEPN developers, they may change some gameplay dynamics, some functionality of gems. For all I know, resilience gems maybe they decide to let resilience gems work for HP restoration as well. That would totally change this. So again, please do your research on the white paper, how this game has historically worked, how developers have maybe changed some things along the way too. And you have your freedom, right? If you don't want to put as many points to comfort or resilience here, and you want a better chance at a mystery box, oh, look at that, just getting your points up to 20 total here allows for a chance at a level 4 mystery box. But yeah, this may not be the flashiest shoe, but I would recommend this to a new user. I'd recommend it to myself if my finances weren't unlimited and I had to be strategic with what's kind of been most consistent about this game is GST and GMT, while making sure your HP loss stays at the lowest possible. Let's just kind of take a look at our marketplace. These are at a pretty good price, right? These hybrids, which so I'm at uncommon quality. So right now the most affordable one is 542 GMT. The base attribute stats aren't terrible. Comfort's at 16, efficiency's at 10. This next one in line, 14.9, 13.4. And then I just want us to get a look at the floor for uncommons to see that these are not too terribly priced. I mean, there's a big jump from 542 to 649, but let's take a look here. All right, yeah, the lowest one is 541, 542. It is that hybrid we were just looking at. Yeah, so again, guys, you could have your own strategies, your own gameplay methods. Maybe you love the luck factor of the mystery box and you want to get that level 5 or level 6. Hey, that's up to you. But again, if I'm a new investor and I'm just joining, I'd be looking at a sneaker like this as my primary one of use. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Have a good morning, afternoon, or evening. Take care.